Cool Hand Land Show. Thanks for listening. I love you. Hi, everyone. All right. So this is something I haven't done. You can look down now. If you can see that, it'll pick you up wherever you want to. So
Right.
Yep. So here's the thing. I haven't done something like this for a very, very long time. And what's cool is this is the person who made me realize how ridiculous it was that I took so long to do something like this. I was talking to him that I thought my podcast was always better when I had someone to actually talk to. And I was telling him this, I don't know, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he's like, Lance, you live with a bunch of people who listen to music, who will talk to you. And I was like, I've got nothing. And so go ahead and introduce yourself how you want to.
I'm Corey. I am a big fan of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Fantastic. And so that's going to be our featured artist for today. And so I'll start off with this. The album I was just playing then, was it Mushrooms, Lava, Magma, kind of whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get more technical in it when we need to.
Right.
But I was saying that that's an album that I believe that I'll be listening to for the rest of my life. I loved it that much. And so I think, one, it's going to be very hard for me to hear that there's an album better than that they have, but I'm very excited for those things. And the next thing I'm going to have is I want you to look at the top 5 at some point, and you don't have to do it now, but I want you to look at what Spotify says the top 5 songs, and I want you to replace them or simply agree with them. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, and the thing with top Spotify songs is I feel that like they're always putting the songs. Wait a minute. Oh, is this? Oh no, I see what you're doing here. But what I find with the top 5 Spotify songs is that it's always like it always updates to like what's currently popular, and it's hard to like give an accurate representation of like the all-time top King Gizzard.
But that's kind of what I want.
Yeah.
That's because I feel like with the up-to-date fans, you see how many numbers they do, all that good stuff. We won't go over and bore you with all the numbers they do a month, right? So you assume that changes with the taste of other people. And I think it's more influenced by newer fans. And so I kind of want your take versus the newer / Spotify fans to what you would say is your top 5 songs. And so first, we'll just go list them off. I will say it's Gila Monster. Tell me if I'm saying any of this wrong. Thea, Work This Time, Slow Jam, and Sense is the top 5 they have here. And I will tell you this, because this is a band that jumps all over the map as different genres. And I know for a fact that I have bias on the music. I prefer more melodic music. You get a lot of that from there, but also they have other musics. And I think that like making a top 5 also is probably going to be affected by that. What do you think?
I feel like making a top 5 for Gizzard is hard because for me personally, it all depends on what mood I'm in. And like, for example, like I could choose something like Gila Monster or like something like really heavy if I'm like trying to like drive down the highway and stuff like that. And like for me, like that's like my favorite of all time in that moment. But if I'm like trying to chill, relax, I might pick more something off of like Paper Mache, Dream Balloon, or something a little bit more chill. And so we can certainly give it a shot. We could try. But I think with an artist like this, with so many different genres and so many albums, they're on their 25th album. It can be a little difficult to make, but we can. Yeah, I'm definitely.
All right, so here's my thought. I would like you from anywhere in their album, whatever you would like to do. I would like you to also, if you want to, I have this plugged into my actual speaker. If you need to like swap out, it's easier for you. Whatever you need to do, I have it on the screen or whatever needs to work. But give me a song that you think would be the most appropriate to start off this show with.
Whenever I try to introduce someone to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, I always try to pick something that's like at the very least accessible. And so I'd probably go with like maybe a little bit more of like a pop tune. And so I'll play a song.
So here's what you're going to do. You'll give us, when you find what you go ahead and look, when you find exactly what you want, make sure you can give us what you want about it, but make sure you will say the band over again, give this song name so everyone's clear of what they're looking for.
Yeah. I think the song that I want to play in this moment is a song called Hate Dancing. It's not that long. It's really fun. I think it's really accessible, and I think it's a really good song. So I will play that song.
Awesome. Whenever you're ready,
Right.
and go ahead and give it. It's "Hate Dancing" by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
"Hate Dancing" by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh no, her hips are too close to comfort. Now I'm losing control of myself. What the hell? Come on, you man. Gotta freak out. On the wasted. No one cares about how much you take. I might like dancing. Oh, I might like dancing. I might like dancing. Oh, I might like dancing. Whatever you say, whatever you don't say, whatever you say to me, rules with me. Just joking. I love it. I was just kidding.
Wow. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with this.
Mm-hmm.
What drives you to this song?
I just love how bouncy it is. I love that it makes me want to get up. What's really funny about the song is that it starts off by saying I still hate dancing, and it's literally a dancing song, but they're self-referential. It's like a satire almost, because it goes from still hate dancing to I might like dancing to I was just kidding, I love dancing. And all throughout, you could just bop your head and dance in the crowd.
So do you use music to set your mood, or is your mood chosen, the music chosen by the mood you're in?
Definitely the second one. Whatever mood I'm in, I adjust to that, and I play whatever music that I want to hear based off of my mood. Okay,
so this will be a good one. Do you have a song that you could say, hey, I like it, I love it as much as when I'm sad as when I'm happy and bouncing?
Interesting. It's hard for me to even answer that question because I don't. Sadness is a rough one because I feel like when I'm listening to music, when I feel like I'm sad, I'm not as listening to music as much.
Ooh,
However,
fair.
If I gave it enough thought, I could probably get back to you.
What about this one? A song that is like supposed to be sad that you feel that's bouncy to you. It feels good. Like I have a song that I really like that's literally called it's John Redcorn.
Yeah.
From have you seen King of the Hill?
Yeah.
So it's about the guy, like, he's sleeping with your wife, basically. It's the whole thing and how John Redcorn feels in that situation, how he feels used and betrayed. But it's such a bouncy, lovely song that I don't listen to it because it's morose. I listen to it because it makes me feel bouncy. Is there any songs that are like that for you?
King Gizzard actually writes a lot of songs that are kind of like that. In fact, I'm going to queue up a song right now that's...
Fantastic.
And so... What's an interesting thing about King is that like they write a lot of songs about ecological collapse.
Okay.
And some of those songs are like really heavy, but some of those songs are like light and poppy. Like you wouldn't even know it unless you were like listening to the lyrics. And so this is kind of a song that really makes me feel like, oh crap, like this is like, you know, well, the song is called "If Not Now Then When,"
Ooh.
And so that's kind of like the mantra. Like,
yeah,
and you can apply that to like a lot of different things. But I think specifically, if you listen to the lyrics, you'll notice like a lot of parallels between the message and like what are we going to do about the state of the world.
All right. So this is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with the song
"If Not Now Then When."
Cool Hand Land Show. Thanks for listening. I love you. for me, it's like it's a when the person is like feels like they're throwing a punch that you just. It's not that you got hit. It's not how hard you got hit. It's like I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Like it's almost like you can accept an ass whooping you can see happening to you almost, right? As opposed to like where does hand? It's almost like their hands went into light speed somewhere. I just feel like they can come out of left field in the most glorious fucking ways.
Yeah, and what's crazy about the song is that like it's super jazzy, it's super fun. And like the music video for this thing is crazy too because there's a girl who finds a black hole in the middle of her hand.
Oh.
And she starts like absorbing things and she starts having fun. But then like she meets her friend and she accidentally absorbs her friend. And then she absorbs buildings. Then she absorbs the world. And then that next thing, it's just her in the black hole. And then
that's it.
That's the whole thing.
Wow.
It's pretty intense.
I like that a lot.
They have a lot of like interesting like motifs when it comes to like the end of the world and stuff like that.
Fair. And this is gonna sound like a silly question at this point, but like, is there a comparable band in your mind to them? Like, because I as far as a jam band is like, I don't. What can't they do is not even a question at this point. But like, you know what I mean? Like, if you were gonna put someone like to be like, oh, they're similar too. Then are they on what night?
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's funny because I saw them at Red Rocks this past year in 2023.
Jealous.
And we were talking to some people, and we were talking about like how like there's this intersection. There's like these 4 intersections that are happening. There's like the Grateful Dead. There's Frank Zappa. There's the metalheads. Then there's the punk rock fans. And they all kind of come together and create whatever King Gizzard is doing. And like you see, like they play like so many different styles of music.
Right.
Yeah. And
those are pretty good comps, by the way.
Yeah. It really is. And all of this music is actually even better live. Like have you listened to any of the music that I sent you, like the Flying Microtonal Banana stuff?
I did not get into that.
It's like a lot of people love that album. Mm-hmm. It's not my favorite album because of the way I guess it's produced. That I understand that it's produced that way on purpose. Okay. But when they play those songs live, it's really phenomenal.
Right. As hopefully every band should be.
Yeah.
Like just from a business perspective of like the studio, whatever company you work for gets that. That's really their money. You got to pay that back. But where you make your money is your live shows. You can do something that like this is different. Like you know what I mean? Like I always thought that like if you ever hear a band that sounds better on the record, it's time to get that band up.
What's even more crazy about this band that I figured out a couple weeks or like a month or two ago is that like they have something called bootleggers. Like so what they'll do is like they'll record certain shows and they'll like press like these shows like live at Red Rocks 2022, but it's like it's not like official. And so anyone could just come in and like make their own version of that, like their own art style, and like they could sell it at a record store. But as long as King Gizzard is also getting some of those copies to sell as well.
Well, not just so they're not like we want a percent of we just want some of that stuff so we can sell this merch as well.
Yeah,
that's so then it becomes authentic merch because they've accepted it. That's super fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's super fucking cool.
I was listening to an interview with Stu, and Stu is like the lead person.
So you met them?
No, okay. I was listening to an interview. I was not interviewed. I wish. Listening to an interview, he was basically like, I believe things should be free, and so like we make like enough money for our artwork that like some of this stuff could just be like for the people, and that's like really cool.
I love that. That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about like you give your money for things, whether it be food or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially when you enjoy the product, but like knowing that you purchase from a person that you think is a great human being is like the icing on the cake. Because like half the stuff in my room came from probably dubious means because I Amazon stuff, right?
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But like when you you purchase an album, you purchase a shirt, and you just know that the person that goes through is not just some dick that doesn't, that sees you as a number or something. It's cool that they have that kind of love for their fans.
Let me hit you something. This is kind of like the sound that got me into them. Not the specific songs, but I'm a big fan of like punk rock and just like really like fast music.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I like this song specifically is because it's like really melodic. And so this is called Head On Pill by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh, I apologize. That was me, folks. You know.
was like really like early on in their career. That might have been like their third album, not including their EP. And what's funny about this band is that like they started off as just like a garage band, so like garage revival stuff like that. It started sounding like Ty Segall and the OCs and all these bands that kind of came up together, like just making like garage punky music, which is it's still pretty good. But then their second album was a spaghetti western narrative, which they played music to, and there was a narration over the music about like a essentially like a cowboy story.
Cool.
So this just came off of their third album, which like I guess before they hadn't written any songs that were like 15 minutes long before, and so what I actually really love about this song is that like they match up the guitars with the vocals and they go ooh ooh ooh. I love that. Like I'm a sucker for that specifically, and that just like gets into like a little part of my brain. I'm just like yes.
But I think that's that to me shows like the love of something like that. It might seem minuscule to other people because you hear those other parts. It's the same thing as I tell people, like if I fall in love with a song, everyone around me is gonna hate the song, right? Because I'm gonna play it so much. Because like I hear more every time I listen to it, and once you can hear those little random things in there that you could pick apart, you know, like it feels like a deeper connection to the actual music.
Yeah, it's definitely when I'm like in the mood to be like listening to something like that, it really like gets in there and really like helps make me feel really good actually. So this music is also like, yeah, you know, just to like I guess backtrack a little bit, like I guess this music does make me feel good too. Like not just if I'm in the mood for something I play this, but like if I hear this, sometimes I get in a better mood because I'm hearing it.
Fantastic. All right. This is going to be an interesting one. Hey, the jam band title, whatever all that means, is now gone. It's no longer a genre. It can't be used.
Yeah.
What genre is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
Oh, they're a punk band. In my view, I know, like if you look on their Wikipedia or like on their Reddit, like no one really says that, but like I think what they do is entirely punk rock. Like they just did their things their own way the entire time. Some of it,
punk rock.
Some of it sounded like pretty hard and fast, and some of it sounded jazzy, and some of it sounded funky, and some of it sounded a little country western. But like they just did whatever the fuck they wanted, and so for me, it's punk rock. But like you know, if you wanted like an appropriate term, like quote unquote whatever,
sure,
like neo psychedelia or whatever.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. So the next thing, let's go into. Everyone knows what they like about something.
Yeah.
Is there something that they put out or a song they put out that you were like, oh, this isn't it. I love you, but this is not it.
Yeah. It's funny because I already played you a song off of an album, which the sound I'm not like entirely in love with. They have these 3 albums: Flying Microtonal Banana, KG, and LW, which is
consecutive or just ran sporadic.
Flying Microtonal Banana was fresh. I think there might have been a couple of releases in between then, but then KG came out, and then LW came out after that.
Okay.
And so those 3 albums specifically were their foray into like microtones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all based off of like I think like Eastern, or more specifically I think like Indian tuning of the way to tune your guitar, so it sounds a little bit off, but you can still make pretty good music with it.
Okay.
I was never that big of a fan of it. However, there are some really good songs. One that I'll probably play you right now, which I think is really good. But the sound overall, even though it's not my favorite, once again, like when this stuff is played live, it's just like it blows me out of the water. But this song is called Intrasport, and this is a song that kind of, it's like you're in like a discotheque almost. Check it out.
Fantastic.
This Intersport by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Personality, this is not about you. I begin to slide and wouldn't throughout to share till static silence in my mind. Find the rhythm as it goes to collide. Take your personality. My hands are disappearing. I disappear.
Perfect. You're becoming a pro. I have to call shenanigans on that one. Shenanigans. I failed to see how sonically, like, to pick out the part. I guess were you talking specifically about the guitar itself?
In the way I want to be honest. I love the song that I just played.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play you a song that I think is not my favorite.
I guess what I was because I was trying to be like, okay, what's the part that, like, because I was like, I was trying to see, is like, well, over a whole album, what is there a part that I can pick out and be like, yeah, it's a kind of nice. So all the things like, because there is maybe a Middle Eastern flair.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was the thing that I was thinking, but like,
I think some of the songwriting is maybe not the strongest, especially on KG, but like, a lot of people on the internet will say like, Flying Microtonal Banana has like some of their best songs. But yeah, it's not what I go to first when I listen to them, but like, Intersport is an excellent example of like how they blend good songwriting with like different styles of making music.
Interesting. You brought up a point that I don't think I've ever really asked them. So what's the fan base like? What's it like? You've been to a couple shows. What is it like there being around fans of King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard?
Well, I've only been to 2 shows. And from what I'm gathering, I mean, from what I've experienced thus far, I have experienced only positivity coming from other people that are there. And so people are there to have a good time and enjoy themselves. And I think generally people seem to be more kind to the people who are going to these shows. Whereas I went to like a NoFX show in San Francisco, and even though I loved it, a lot of the people there like acted like assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, there's different crowds for different types of shows. But yeah, it's I would say that like honestly, like the crowd at King Gizzard shows, like they'll go and they'll play for like 2-3 hours, and they'll play like these marathon sets over multiple days. Like they're going I don't know like whose crowd they're trying to take, but like they're definitely going for it. They're definitely like building like a community out of whatever it is they are.
So you're saying it's more like when you go, let's say you go to a summit they're putting on, it's more of like the whole experience is not just going to the show.
Yeah, it really is a whole experience, and plus like everyone is like on everyone's probably on something, but like man, what are the words? The word euphoria. The word euphoria is a really good word to describe the experience as a whole, because everyone there, either whether they're new to King Gizzard or have been to a lot of King Gizzard shows, it just seems like everyone loves being there. Which, now I'm thinking about it, is silly, because if you go to a concert, you probably want to be there, right?
Yeah, you would make that argument.
It just seems like there's a lot of like a little extra flair going on at these shows, like lots of colors, lots of spirit, lots of high energy, lots of love.
High energy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's dope. Give us this. So let's give it give a quick summary of like your first show. It's you take yourself back as wherever you can, like, what was like, as much as you wanted, like the build up, maybe the road trip or whatever. Give us the experience of your first King Gizzard and the Lizard show, and where was it? Awesome, all that good stuff. There you go.
Well, I'll start off by saying I had known about King Gizzard for a while, but I never like dove deep in them because I thought they were just like another garage band, and I didn't realize that they were so much more. And so, a friend had gone to go see them, and they were like, "You need to go see this band." And so I was like, "Okay, I'll like keep it on the back burner." They had seen them in Sonoma, and then a couple months later, they came to Berkeley, and this was a show that they had been planning since the pandemic that got canceled a bunch of times because of like pandemic-related stuff. And so I'm looking at these concert tickets, and like they're selling for a pretty penny, and I'm like, I'm not going to see this show. But then I started listening to their albums, like Live in San Francisco, the more like heavy and fast stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, how have I been sleeping on this band? And so, like maybe a day or two before the show, I looked at the tickets randomly. And I saw that they were down to like $50.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, that's exactly what I want. And so what I did was I texted a bunch of my friends, and like 10 of us went to this show.
Pause for 2 seconds,
Yeah.
folks. What you don't get to see, because this is it's a podcast. He literally had to stand up for this part. I'm fucking excited. Keep going.
He had to. Like 10 of us, like went to this show, and it was at the Greek Theater in Berkeley, and I didn't know what to expect. Like I'm just like going in totally fresh, did not really understand what was happening, and they played for 3 hours. And I didn't know that was going to happen. And I loved every second of it. They played...
Straight with no recitatives?
There was a 15-minute intermission, which makes sense. You're playing for 3 hours.
Yeah. 15 minutes sounds not like a lot at all, actually. Yeah.
But, so they played 2 sets totaling 3 hours. And to this day, that was maybe my most favorite concert that I've ever been to. And it's amazing because like they have like this whole like light and sound show happening at the same time. Like they'll have this giant screen with all this psychedelic imagery going.
Because they know.
Because
they know.
They know. And then you have all these lights, and like they get on stage and like they're all like really ridiculous. They have like ridiculous outfits on, and their behavior. They're like jumping up and down. They're like swinging their guitars around
Your look on your face tells me that this is the best stage show you've seen.
It's really fun. What's really, really interesting about this band is because I think they don't take themselves too seriously. So, like, the whole quote-unquote rock star thing, you know, like Kiss or Guns N' Roses, like, they were doing it to be, like, dirty or bad. But, like, I think... When King Gizzard are like throwing their guitars up and down and like sticking their tongue out, I think they're just being self-referential, and I think they're like it's like almost like a satire or parody of like rock and roll, and they literally don't give a shit.
But what's great is like the greatest satire is when you can do the thing better than it's being done.
Yeah.
And still be a joke, make a joke out of it. Because, like, if you sucked at the thing you were doing satirically, right, and it just wasn't great, then it's like you missed the point. No one really cares. But, like, if you can make fun of rock and be rocking the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, and they their money is where their mouth is, for sure. And, yeah, it's like, should we hear a live track?
I am so down.
All right.
I'm so down.
You have to queue up Bootleg Gizzard on Spotify because that's where you're gonna find it. But as I'm showing you right now, Bootleg Gizzard has all of their.
And so, folks, just for hopefully anyone listening, let's say I get 1 or 2 new listeners.
Yeah.
He just showed us a little hack to King Gizzard. A little Bootleg Gizzard has a little its own site on Spotify. That's really, really cool.
Yeah. And so I'll look through Live at Red Rocks 2022. They played 3 shows. Each were 3 hours long. Yes. And it's for a total of 9 hours of music.
Jeez.
And so I'll play maybe one of my favorite
How much
songs.
Repeat of the music was
None.
there? None.
There are... Okay, so something that you have to also have to understand about King Gizzard is that when they go from city to city, show to show, there are no... it's not a repeat set. It's a brand new set. Maybe there's some songs that they played the night before. Yeah,
but it's not the same thing.
But it's not the same thing. It's they mix it differently. They'll play one song that like teases another song that maybe either goes into it or does not go into it, and they do it differently like every night. And I think they keep like a spreadsheet for like each city of each show they do for like, okay, we played these songs. The next time we come to this city, we're not playing these songs.
Phenomenal. I like that a lot.
And insane. So this is one of my favorite songs. This is off of maybe currently your favorite album, the Ice Planets, Death, Mushrooms, Lava, Lungs. This is called Magma.
Oh.
And this song just destroys me. And especially when it's played live.
I'm almost scared because I love the song already, and this is gonna. I'm tingling a little bit. Go ahead.
So this is Magma live at Red Rocks 2022 by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Subterraneans are the skin tar and the neutron star. It makes from ether a basalt weaver, obsidian cleaver, make believer. From the old, the one, and the nine. Let's rock! They stop the sleeping wall. Forget the ball. Time's up. Skin and bone. Give the flesh exchange for one. Let's roll. Turn the earth. Turns like horns. And then reload. Horns is punctured. Rolls in the rock. Rolling caresses. Rolls it on. Listen. Repeat the witnesses. Destroy to repeat. Rattle, rattle, rattle. 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 Rattle,
Hey, I have to ask. The transition from that last song to this song, you were walking up like you had something in mind, but you had to pause yourself. Like, what was that? What was the energy when you heard that it was a song coming up? Like,
I just know that the live version of Rattlesnake is an absolute banger, and I was like, "That's the next song that's coming up. I'm just gonna let it ride." Well, so what had happened was that like Magma was at the end of one set, and Rattlesnake was the beginning of another set.
mm-hmm.
And so, what's really interesting about number one, you just got to hear what that was like live. What was that like for you?
So one thing that I was thinking about both of those songs actually was, hey, the song itself is like the ultimate fucking hype man for the lead singer, right? It's almost like even when he comes in and he's doing whatever he's doing, it's like in the background, like, yeah, and it's like it's this perfect place between him being separate and the same as a thing that I don't know if always comes in music. Like sometimes like the band is jamming and then they kind of have to low down that that person takes it. So like it's almost like you're featuring that person.
Yeah.
Whereas these things is like it feels like the music itself are like its own energy, its own entity. Like in itself it has its own parts, and it feels like it's almost like a duet between him and the actual music.
That's interesting. The way I interpret it is that especially with like Rattlesnake, like so they start playing the song Rattlesnake. But like in the middle of that song, they spiraled out into a couple different things. So like they spiraled out into a jam, and then that jam turned into a song called Honey. So they played the song Honey in Rattlesnake, and then after that they started going rattle, 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 and they started playing a little bit of a song called, I think I heard a little bit of Doom City in there, but then they brought it back to Rattlesnake. And so if you're up on the idea of spirals, like it spirals out and then it always comes back in. And that's how they play their music live. Like they'll feature a song, they'll spiral that out into a jam or something, and then they'll bring another song inside of the song, and then they'll bring back the motif of the very first song or refrain, and they'll end it like that. And I love that. I love that. That's the way that they choose to play music.
Right?
Yeah. And so we just got three songs for for 2, I guess. It was really cool.
All right, so what do you got next for us?
Well,
because at this point, I can just throw random stuff and stick to the wall. But like, I feel like the music in this case, I hope for any listener, it speaks for itself. Like I think they're amazing. Again, I would argue that if this is not going to end up officially my favorite band, then I don't know what's going on. Because like, there's a little bit of everything. I love the funk. I love the melodicness. I love that I can get a little bit. I love the punk rock that you get in it. Like, there's a little bit of everything that I feel like it stimulates you. Like like you can listen to a band and be like, I don't know, maybe this is a morning band or, you know what I mean? Like just the time of day or whatever. And feeling like the band, you can just bounce around and have them still be the anthem to your day because they're so versatile. It's just super cool.
Well, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and we're going to listen to a song called Ambergris.
Okay.
And Ambergris is just like one of those, well, I'll let it speak for itself.
Mm-hmm. But
And
also, we like hearing you speak about it too. But so, feel free to give us a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is coming off of their record Omnium Gatherum, which is an interesting record because it's a lot of like these more of just like these slow, funky jams of jazz mixed with like metal songs, mixed with funk songs. But then you have a song called The Dripping Tap, which I'm not going to play right now because I'm going to play Ambergris. But this is Ambergris by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Oh, it's just playing it. It would have it would have
Got you.
it would have got me, but like that was Amber Goody.
Okay, so in just general music terms, not specific to this band or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, so, and I want you, because I know this is it's you're gonna be like, there's so many angles to go. I don't care about that. I want your interpretation. What is a good band or what is good music to you?
I love when bands have range.
Mm.
One of my favorite albums of all time is London Calling by The Clash. And that's an album that they are a punk band, but like every song on that album sounds completely different. And so, not that I don't like songs by artists that sound like kind of similar, but like I really appreciate when like bands have range in their work and it sounds really good. There are some bands that try to have range and it falls flat on their face, but for King Gizzard, it just seems like everything they put out, I just don't know how long the Magic Train can go for. Like it's pretty incredible. They're gonna release like kind of like a Kraftwerk disco vibe techno album pretty soon, later this month.
And this next question is only for my shits and giggles. But I have to do it, and I hope you saw this coming. What are your thoughts on U2?
What are my thoughts on U2? Well,
Wait, hold on. Let me set up the premise.
Okay.
There's been a whole lot of debate around here. We threw out how thoughts about U2. If you listen to the show, you know I have my thoughts. And so this is just something that I threw out here just so in case our friends are listening or they hear this, that this is just for them. Go ahead.
Well, U2 is a band that's very popular. We got to give them that. They have many fans of their music. I don't particularly like their music, and I'm trying to be as generous as possible.
I mean, U2 fucking sucks. I mean, you keep going. I'll be the harsh part. I want your because you're so beautiful as breaking down music, and I want to hear that. But I'm gonna keep throwing out there. U2 fucking sucks.
I disliked U2 before they put their music on the iPhone.
Intrusive.
I liked them. I disliked them before that. So their music never really like appealed to me. It just sounds like really generic, smarmy. God, rock. Like, yes, it's technically rock, but like they're really stretching it. But like you know what? Who am I to say?
True. So do they belong in the Rock Hall of Fame?
I mean, that depends on what your definition of Rock Hall of Fame is. Like I have issues with the ideas of having a Hall of Fame for rock in general. But
love
you know, I probably wouldn't put them there.
Would you, if they were, just because you know them, if they were to ask you to introduce them, induct them into the Rock Hall of Fame, what would you say?
This is such an insane question. Like, me, just like, in what world am I, like, hi, I'm with Bono in the Edge of U2, and we're together, and they want me, some guy who lives in the woods, to introduce them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I mean, you let's say in this fantasy world, you are very articulate when it comes to music. You're a student, obviously. You're a student of music. And so maybe they're just like, hey, this person who is articulate and has all these opinions, we appreciate you. We would like you to induct us, you too, into the Hall of Fame. What do you say to that?
I mean, part of me wants to be, like, really, really nice. Like, and be like, look, I could give you my best interpretation of what I would say to make it seem like I would be like, hello, this is U2. They're very popular with you all. They have songs that people sing. And people will continue to sing them, probably. And that would be my, like, they would never ask me because I would be such a terrible presenter for them. But like, yeah, no, I would not want to be burdened with that. But like, being on live television sponsoring a band that I don't believe in, it just sounds like my nightmare.
All right, I will stop bullying them. Hey, but here's what I do want to hear. You're going to build me the perfect show. I want to hear, and I think we've kind of done something similar to this, but I don't think you've ever done it this way. Okay. You're going to give me the opener, yeah?
Yeah.
You'll give me the middle card, yeah? You'll give me the headliner, boom. However, there has to be an encore, and the encore has to be a mix of one of the two. It could be the opener somehow coming back, the headliner, however you want to do, but build me the perfect show for Corey.
Okay. So, here's a really fun show that would be really great to see all these bands play together. And, you know, probably in some way they would. A band that I've been listening to recently is called Frankie and the Witchfingers. And they kind of are doing what another favorite of mine, Ty Segall, used to do in like 2012 era, but like they're really expanding on the dynamics of garage rock or garage punk or whatever, and like it's just like really different. You should check out some of their work if you're interested. But I'd have Frankie and the Witchfingers, I'd have Ty Segall open up, and then I'd have King Gizzard at the top. But then I would want them all playing together. Specifically in my head, like I see Ty Segall and King Gizzard just like jamming, even though they might be a little different now than when they both started. But like I like just like from a perspective of like talented musicians, like those are the musicians that I would want to see like play together. Like they're really, really good.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now, because it just popped in my head, what do you think that ticket costs for that show?
$300.
That's reasonable. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
You said that quick.
Honestly,
is that based on the rates or? That
was just my the very first number that came into my head. If I, well, when it depends on how long the show is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Let's say I like the format of what you were saying. They're going to do their 3-hour show.
Yeah.
15-minute break. That means like the next band is kind of like, let's say it's even somehow nice at 3-stage. So like somehow it'll shift itself over. They'll just start playing whatever the set is. You know?
Honestly, this would probably be like an all-day festival event.
I'm down.
Like, and they
sure.
And I think they do this in Australia. I think it's called the Giz Fest or something like that. Like that, or they have in the past. Where like they headline the show, but then they have a bunch of these psych bands play, which is pretty cool. But like, yeah, I would pay $300 to. Well, I mean, it would probably be $300. I don't know if I'd be paying at the time, considering what my pocket is looking like.
Fair,
you know?
But if all things considered, you could.
I would be so there. I would want Amel and the Sniffers to be there. They're another band that it's like AC/DC, like
Okay.
time.
What venue as well? Throw that out there as well. As you're saying, talk about that.
Any outdoor venue, really. I think outdoors is the best way to experience it, especially since you don't have the acoustics blaring back into your ear. For me, it hurts to listen to loud music, which is why I carry earbuds to live shows all the time. So I'd want it to be outside, but it's fresh air, open air, really pretty. Red Rocks would be a really good location. I really haven't been to any other like outdoor locations besides that and
The Greek
at Berkeley.
Yeah. The Greek is the only. Yeah, I've not been to a lot of shows of any kind, so the Greek is it's my go-to. Like, oh, that's cool. Let's see him at the Greek.
Yeah. Gizzard also played at this farm that my friend who used to work with me at Carnation Farms, and so they were either supposed to play there or they were going to play there, and that would be another really interesting place to see this band. So yeah, I think that with the right group of people and the right setting, you could have a lot of different things happening. Like the OCs would be a really good number as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play another song for you, since I have something queued up here, just to keep it on the ambergris-esque train. I'm going to play a song called Kepler 22b, and this is Kepler 22b by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
What does music mean to you?
Well, it's funny that you say that because those lyrics are "obsession is good for you," and I mean, I think it speaks for itself. Music is almost an obsession, and it's like I listen to it and I think about it all the time. And so, like, if I didn't have music, I feel like my life would be a lot more boring, especially because I can't or don't play music. I get that, like, I get that in the zone feeling when I am listening to music I really love. Like that song is like it hits me in such a way that it just puts me in like a groove where I'm able to like want to really be in that space throughout the song.
All right. Well, here's a good one. Give me a song in a moment. Like the song plays and you remember this moment, and it's like it's hard to separate. Like you hear it, whatever's going on there, right? And you like what transports you to a place.
I could play you any song. It's not a King Gizzard song.
You know what? This is your show. This is completely okay because this is a King Gizzard featured, but you're also the featured guest. So yeah, absolutely, I'll allow it.
The one song that always and immediately that I think of, and I'm going to shout out my old friend Kristen, who this song reminds me of. We were like driving in a car, like this is like 15 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking you back.
Yeah. And we were like catching up, and she was like, you got to listen to Arcade Fire. Like this song is like
Arcade Fire. Okay.
Yeah, so we listened to this song called The Suburbs, and every time I hear this song specifically, I'm transported to a time where we're just like in my car and we're just like catching up. And this is The Suburbs by Arcade Fire.
right, since we're on this, and again, this is also you. This is also you as a featured guest, right? We can also go back to that music at any time, but I thought about something. You playing something new of any kind, something old of any kind, and something borrowed, meaning a cover. Isn't that like a wedding thing? Something new, something old, something borrowed. Yeah, let's get like a little wedding trifold going on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will change it up. Yeah, that song was it was like melancholy, you know, like so. That actually brings up like a lot of feelings, and that whole song is about like you're in one moment, and I believe like you have to like move into the next moment, and like you can remember that moment, but that moment doesn't exist anymore, and just like having that melancholy feeling about like what once was. I think one of the lyrics was, you know, move from the pavement into the grass, and it's like move forward. So, yeah, I feel like I still have a lot to reflect on in myself whenever I find myself in that space. But it's a very beautiful song for me. So something new for me, because you know it doesn't have to be like new.
No, new for you is fine.
I'm gonna play something that I'm gonna play a song by a rapper.
Yeah,
by the name of Decca. And
I play rap on my show.
Yeah.
It's a long history. That's funny.
Are you fighting with other podcasters about whether or not you?
No. I just like historically, if you listen to it, like even my master playlist has so much hip hop on it, and like generally when I'm doing my shows, it just doesn't come up in a lot of ways, and so I'm just it's more of a joke to myself than anything else.
Yeah.
I probably should do some featured hip hop podcasts.
So this is an artist that my friend Justin showed me. Well, I guess we have the same friend, but that Justin showed me, and you know, for a while I was just like I sat on it, but then I like actually gave this a listen, and it's really good. What's really great about this person's music is that it really does sound like MF Doom in a bit. Like, and so R.I.P. MF Doom. R.I.P. And so this guy...
I did not know that the show would go to an MF Doom shout out. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. This and so like I'm still not super familiar with this person's work.
Okay.
But like of this album called The Smoking Gun, I'm just going to play the intro into the song because the intro is called All Was Not Well. And then the first song is called Saint America, and it features DJ Stan Solo. So this is All Was Not Well and Saint America by Decca.
There you were, holy, pure, almost immaculate, but intentionally dishonest to the core. Reached rumors they had their day, you had yours. Your factory spewed smoke into the air. Your stores were stocked with unusual goods, both foreign and domestic. Your capacity for national fulfillment was unlimited, but all was not well.
A special collection of music especially designed for you. Can you dig it?
A truly inhospitable, eerie environment, a beacon of bigotry to those who stare at her to face the hypocrisy. The land of products and money in circulation. Designed for the very wealthy. Oh boy, do we have plenty of them.
No such thing as happenstance, just massive scams and master plans to stockpile stacks wrapped in elastic bands and keep the furnace flames fueled with the fat of lambs. The stage is sets you can stomp feet and clap your hands. in defiance of our overseers' aims, and the parasites trying to find a host to sink their fangs, where the underhanded flourish and lotus eaters reign. The music's like cooling for the overheated brain.
You can count
It's
on
yin and yang here, suffocating the gin, exploiting globally for gain till the rain clears. The air's getting thin. Where was I again? On the strange transcendental plane, carried by the wind, when the mortal hand painted lines on Bengal tiger skin, or made the flowers grow while death played the violin. My old stomping grounds aren't the same environment, except for in the mental landscape of places where I've been, back and forth through space and time, playing pass the torch to arrive back at the source and take the dive again. Make the rounds, see the sights, seeking light, not that false Edison, rebel angel variety. On stable ground, sleeping through the night while pigs smoking space dust, ushering their future for society. Long before the global python stranglehold, I saw the writing on the walls like an ancient code. Manufactured worldviews to replace the old, and new generations applying minds to shape and mold. Trying time, same old tools and tricks, trying to find a space beyond state control to exist. I pledge no allegiance to the leeches and the ticks, or to their lord's legions in the season of the witch. Furthermore, I'm trying to fry the circuit board of Skynet like David's slingshot versus Goliath's flex bicep. A dreamer in the planet's discordant dream, but what are sticks and stones to a war machine?
Whenever you ascribe conscious intent in pursuit of self-interest at the top, money in circulation, you will hear someone say, well, what are you, a conspiracy theorist? You can say farmers or auto workers are organizing, but if you say the people who own most of America organize to get what they want, you hear people saying,
these are all a matter of public record. Operation Phoenix. Awareness. Iran Contra. America. COINTELPRO. John Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X.
Yes, America.
Something is very wrong.
Overaction, clandestine operations.
You're doing things so you won't have time to think. Program suckers with brains that have controls over.
Now take a little breath, let it out, and relax. Just let it go.
Relax now.
All right. That was your new? Okay.
Toned in. My God, this look great.
That was your new.
That was
I'm
new.
definitely going to check that out. And go ahead and like that.
And
Literally
so,
on the...
yeah, you should listen to that whole album.
Absolutely.
So, Smoking Gun is cool because it's definitely like a reflection of like late stage capitalism, and it's I think it's very much like a critique of like what is happening now in America. And so I don't want to get too in the weeds of that because that's like a whole other thing. But like the lyrics with the beats, it's just they go together so beautifully. And so now I'm going to play something old.
Yeah.
And this is maybe one of the oldest memories that I have. And my parents, when I was really young, they would play like the Beatles and the Doors and stuff like that. And I'm currently listening to a podcast about the Doors. Have you ever heard of Bandsplain? Shout out to Bandsplain.
No, I'm sure it's a larger, better podcast than mine, though.
It's actually sponsored by Spotify, which is really funny. And so what's really interesting about this podcaster is that like they'll bring on like, I guess, like experts of people who like really like these bands, and they'll start from like their very early beginnings. So they'll talk about a band's history, then they'll play a song, and then they'll go throughout the band's history, and then they'll play another song from that period all the way until their end. And so
it's like my show, but formatted and better sponsored and probably better audio.
Probably all the things. But so I was listening to about the Doors, and I just love listening to like music history and stuff like that. And so the song that I'm going to play I'm not gonna. I love Riders in the Storm, but the song I'm going to play is a song that was like one of my earliest memories. And this song is called LA Woman by The Doors.
Oh, cool.
Mr. Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Got to keep on rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Mojo Rising. Got the Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Got to keep on rising. Riding, riding. Oh, riding, riding. Oh, riding, riding. Riding, riding. Hey, riding, riding. Whoa, riding, riding. Oh, yeah. Well, nigga, down about an hour ago. Took a look around me with a whistle. With a little girl in a Hollywood bungalow. Are you a lucky little lady in the city of light? Or took another long thing ago. City of night. City of night. City of night. City of night. Wow. No.
And to me, that's just pure controlled chaos. Like, to me, that man was losing his shit in the most brilliant way ever. You know what I mean? Like,
Jim Morrison turned out to be like an insane person. Yeah. I mean, like it was all the drugs and alcohol he was consuming.
Fair.
Like some of his greatest moments are captured on his
Yeah.
records. Yeah.
it was like, it was manic. It was all those things, but all the, like, it felt like all the positives you associated with it. It was like the Robin Williams, it's exuding that type of energy that you just love, and you're like, that's what the fuck a frontman is. You know what I mean?
Well, what's interesting about a song like this is that it really does take you on a roller coaster. Like it has like transitions and it does things. It starts off slow and it builds up into something like super like loud and like you're on the roller coaster with it. It's like taking you on a ride, and that's what I love about music that like starts somewhere and ends up completely somewhere else.
So before we even go into your something borrowed cover, I want to just give me your thoughts, because I know there's schools of people who are just like, I've met people who are just feeling against cover bands, and I want to be like, if you can do justice to it, because like if you're not listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan, what are we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like his take on Hendrix is fucking brilliant, and I think that it's such a rigid idea. Like, yeah, I understand that you can be a purist of your music, but like, it sounds weird to me that you could, just because it's a cover, you can hear something and it doesn't compute as sounding good. Let's say that you can just play it exactly as the other way. That, to me, it's just nonsense. What do you think about that in general? Or what do you have to say to those people?
I mean, I disagree. I really like that there can be different interpretations of original songs, and you know, some are bad, some are good. What's really interesting is that
some of the covers that I hear actually get me into the original music, which I didn't even know before. For example, there's a punk band called Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of...
Best band name ever, by the way.
Yeah, right. They'll cover like a different genre every album. Like one's a country album, like one's like a singer-songwriter album, one is
That's dope.
Album about divas or something like that. And so a lot of listening to them actually got me into the original music. However, that is not what I'm about to play you, because I'm about to throw you a curveball.
Oh,
I'm about to throw you a complete curveball here. And I thought about this because, you know, I had something in mind, but then I was like, no, I'm going to play this instead. Number one, because I want the cover song to be recognizable to either you or the listener, and I think the song is recognizable. And number two,
I like that.
Number two, the band that's covering this song are local to Sonoma County. They're called the Rainbow Girls.
Oh.
And if you haven't heard of the Rainbow Girls, they're amazing. There's a 3-piece band, and they just sing so beautifully together. They kind of do like a Crosby, Stills, Nash thing, but they're all like melodically singing together, and whatever they're singing, their music is so good. Like I cannot stress, like it makes you feel things. Like when you hear this music, like it makes you feel like angels are literally singing in a way. Like it's almost indescribable. So the cover I'm going to play is from an album that they have that's called "Give the People What They Want," and it's funny because I think they kind of understand that it's like, yeah, like they like not only do they have like really good original music, but their covers are slamming too. Yes. And so they made an entire album of covers. And so the album, the song that I'm going to play, hold up. I could have done this easier had I, here it is. This is from 2019, and the song is originally performed by Nat King Cole. It's Love, Love by Rainbow Girls.
Is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two making love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you.
Love that. Do you want to expand on that?
Do I want to expand on how amazing
Expound.
the Rainbow Girls
Yeah,
are?
yeah.
I mean, I wish I was friends with them. Like, they're so cool. Yeah, I mean, I think once again they speak for themselves. The way that their voices like line up so perfectly with one another, and then just the fact that when you see them live, they're like all put, like one of them's like playing stand up bass, the other one's playing a banjo and a guitar, but they're also like trade instruments and like play other instruments as well. Like they're just like a really, really, you could tell they love what they do, and they do it. I mean, I guess you have to make money to live, but like they're also
There's some bands that clearly just do it for the money.
like they do it because they love it.
Yep.
They do it because they love making music, and you can. Anytime you see them live, or just like anytime you are listening to them, you could tell like they put like all of like their passion.
Right. And by the way, I have not seen any of these, and in my head, they're the most beautiful human beings ever breathed oxygen. Like, you know, what I mean? Like it just those voices are fucking gorgeous. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I've tried. Like at the end of their shows, like I try to like put myself in front of them, but they're also busy talking to like all these other people that like actually know them.
Yeah.
And so like it's difficult.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
This is gonna be called Shot for Shot. I'm gonna play a song I think you like. I think you'll like, right? You can try to do the same thing. I don't care about the time or anything. What interests me is that like if you heard of the band before, and then what your honest thoughts on the music itself is. So this first one, I'm gonna go with Renee. The song is Renee by Sales. Have you heard of Sales before?
No.
Oh, fantastic. So this will be new. Fantastic.
Great.
Go ahead and let's show. Thanks for listening. I love you.
All the words I had to say, they don't mean nothing to you. What the hell on the way? There is nothing better. All we had to do was touch. That was the best chance I could have ever been. All of us. All day long we looked to fall, looking into the sun to find a way to get along. To be waiting for you in the day on the day. There is lights between us, looking farther all the way. All the words I said were wrong. They don't mean nothing to you. All we had to do was touch. And there's nothing better when the day. I've been reaching for you, nights between us all the way. All the way. You've got it, it took so long to bear. It's all the way. You got it, it took so long to bear. And we've been waiting for it. All the words I said were wrong. They don't mean nothing to you. All we had to do is touch. And there's nothing better. What the hell are beds for me? They go waiting for you, waste to waste and find no time. It's all by your side. You got it to do long better. 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 You got it to do long better.
that's gotta be my favorite banger right now. I play that song. If that doesn't end up my most played song of this year, I'll be fucking shocked. Go ahead.
I really like that. My question for you is, but it sounds to me like it's a house project. It literally sounds like it's a house project. Like someone just like made this in their basement, but it sounds so good. Like it's it sounds like one person did this all on their own. Do you know?
I think it's like a duo.
Is it a duo?
I think it's a duo. I think it's one of those deals where it's like a Swedish guy, and I'll look more into it. But yeah, so I think it's that. Like he does it so because their music will jump around here and there. It'll be different, but like absolutely. And even what I like about this, they put out music that I just don't enjoy at all. Yeah. They'll also drop something like this, and I'll be like, "This is fucking what?" I'll slap myself for this song.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna follow it up. Have you heard of Mono Neon?
No, I don't think so.
So
Mono band's close to that name, but I don't think I've heard that one.
So Mono Neon makes his own music, but I guess his claim to previous fame was that he was the last bassist for Prince.
Whoa!
So like you could already tell like this guy already has like a pedigree of some sort. Of Prince was like, oh, I want to bring this guy on stage to play music for me.
Yeah.
And so
I suppose literal and figurative music royalty.
Yeah. And so I saw this guy at Yoshi's in Oakland.
Yoshi's!
And
better than the one in San Francisco, by the way. Go to the original.
I've never been to the one in SF, but that's okay. Anyway, so this guy wears a full like crochet multicolored mask.
Ooh.
And has a full like neon emblazoned outfit. Yeah. And he has a giant custom bass, which I believe he plays upside down. And he has a weird like crochet sock on the end.
Okay.
Like if I could pull up a picture of this guy, I will. But this next song is so like I think like what he's going for is like some of his music is like really accessible, but then all of it, a lot of his music is also really weird. But when he plays live, it's just like these really amazing jams that like these amazing bass jams. When I think of some of his more weird stuff, I think a lot about Zappa, but like, dude gets funky. He gets real funky. This song is called Invisible by Mono Neon.
Every morning feels like yesterday. Put a smile on your sad face when you walk out the door and you can't take a roll. Everything bringing you down, and they look at you strange, like you're a mistake. So you just turn around, but sometimes don't you wish you were invisible? Still be here, but hidden to the world. You can be whoever you want, and no one's gonna judge you, and you ain't got nothing to prove. Don't you wish you were invisible? I've been screaming in my loneliness, trying to find you try to be strong, but everything bringing you down. And you feel so strange, like you're a mistake. So you just turn around, but sometimes don't you wish you were invisible? Woo! Still be here, but hidden to the world. You can be whoever you wanna, and no one's gonna judge you. You ain't got nothing to prove. Don't you wish you were invisible? Da, 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 da. Still be here, but here to the world. You can be whoever you want, and no one's gonna judge you. And you ain't got nothing to prove. Don't you wish you were invisible? Don't you wish you were invisible? Wish you were
Absolute vibe. That's an absolute vibe by itself. Like it's just like the energy. There's something said to be about like something just putting out something positive that you could just soak in the rays of, and that I love that song. I also love the bass dominant songs that you can hear the bass clearly. I don't love it when it's like kind of like buried under the rest of the sound. I know how fundamental it is to music, but being able to hear that and be able to like. For me, when you can hear it clearly, it feels like I can pick even what I want to dance to. Like I can bop to the rhythm that I'm getting from the drums and the bass, or I can just vibe out into whatever space is being played with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I absolutely love that.
Yeah, there's just something about bassists, like good bassists, and the way they build music off of like good bass lines hits me every time. Yep. Every single time. I think that the bass guitar is maybe one of the most underappreciated, well, maybe not, I don't know, like, maybe, like, not anymore, but, like, I just feel like a really good bass lines in music, it grooves and it hits in a certain way. We're just like, yes, fuck, this is the thing. It feels really good to listen to music.
I love that. All right, I'm going to hit you with something I think that is just different. I don't know if you've heard it, but I think you'll vibe to it. Hey, I'm going to mutilate his name, so I assume you haven't heard it. If you have, it's brilliant. The song's called Tzeta, or Nostalgia, by Mulatu Astake.
I think King Gizzard has a song by the same name, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Tzeta.
Yep.
Cool. Let's hear it.
Kind of takes me back. My foster brother's wife at the time was the daughter of a pastor that had the Church of John Coltrane. And so they would just play John Coltrane. This is obviously not John Coltrane. They would play his music and they would just jam out. They needed it during that sort. So every time I hear this music, I associate this kind of energy with actual living, like actuality, not just wanting better for other people. Actually doing something for other people.
Yeah. It's mutual aid. Pretty awesome.
You got something?
No, you
Ugh. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like so much can be conveyed without actual words. It being like, if you haven't heard an instrument talk, then I don't think you were listening.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that was like everything he wanted to say was clear if you were just there.
Yeah. Do you know when that song was written or released?
I do not.
It sounds pretty old.
It does.
It sounds old. That's really good. And, I wish I had more knowledge than I do about, like, music, like, from, like, Tin Pan Alley and stuff like that. Like, music that's just, maybe it was, like, written by other people and performed by others, or just, like, even just, like, from the era, just, like, early recorded music. Because there is something to that. The one I'm going to follow up with is this actually brings me back a little bit. This is
very nice.
By a person named John Fahey.
Mm-hmm.
And John Fahey was a slide guitarist.
Ooh.
And when I used to live in North Carolina, I used to go see this person, Blue. He would play like bluegrass music at this bar every night, and like every weekend, and he would do like cover songs and he'd do his own songs. But one of the songs out of like a few that really stuck with me is called Sunflower River Blues.
Ooh.
And it's like it brings me like, this is going to these shows gave me an appreciation for bluegrass music.
Ooh.
Which, if you don't know, bluegrass is it's like country music, but like it's
better.
But it's better.
Yeah, that's because when people ask me if there's a type of music that I just don't like, the top of the list are always two things: it's like some forms of screamo that I don't like, but I've also heard it kill and slay that I'll listen to forever.
Yeah,
but generally country music. And they were like, well, what's the difference between country music and bluegrass? And I'm like, one sounds better. Isn't that with music in general? It's like, why do you like this more than this? Because I like it more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a country bluegrass music aficionado, but old country music like Johnny Cash era is I like Dylan. That stuff. I love that stuff. It's pretty good. Dylan, stuff like that. But bluegrass music, to this day, is still very, very popular. And so, I mean, I'm being silly. Country music is obviously very popular. But what I want to just hit on is that bluegrass music to me is like, it's like a music from the soul almost.
Yeah. Ooh. So it's like country soul music. I like
country soul music. Yeah.
That's really cool.
No.
It's a good way.
Now I feel like I have to backtrack because like some country music is definitely from the soul, and I'm sure like someone can come on this podcast and be like, "Hey, like here's what you missed here, and here's what you missed here,"
and I will sit here and I will stand and I will listen to it. The thing that I always say about it is like, I'm gonna be honest for what I hear. If I hear someone be like, "Hey, dog, that was lightweight garbage," I'm gonna be like, "Hey, dog, no," and I'm not insulting you unless you're in the band, like, you know what I mean, like, and so like. They can come up here if they want to change my thoughts on country music as a whole. I will sit through it. What I think I've already imagined is a painful experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're both thinking of when we think of not good country music is specifically pop country music.
Yep. Fair, that's hella fair.
I think that is the genre specifically where it's just like this is just made to be played on the radio.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's not what I want to hear. Any genre, give me any genre, just play it from the soul. So This is Sunflower Blues by John Fahey.
Speaking of making an instrument talk for itself, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, to me, like, that's exactly how I want to wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of bubbly feeling, that kind of, like, the essence, the ambiance all coming off there. Like, if that wasn't your morning alarm, how are you going to have a shitty day after that?
And it's like morning dew. It's like,
Yeah.
The green grass is here to greet me, like, and you're just having a really positive start to your day.
Right? Like
what I hear when I hear that song.
Right? Like, if not, then, like, if you hear this and to start your day, you're choosing to have a shitty day if you don't wake up out of bed, like, let's go seize it or something.
Yeah.
So this next artist is, I'm sure you heard Mos Def before.
Yeah.
This is probably, and I'm so upset with myself not knowing, Yasin Bey is his actual name. However, when this album is being talked about, he's Mos Def to me. Yeah. And it's not a slight to him. It's what this album meant to me. Is like, one, I didn't think that this type of music would hit the mainstream or even be played over the radio, right? It was a time where it's all like shooting and blah, blah. And I'm not even saying that because all my playlists, I have tons of that that's there and it's bad stuff or whatever, right? But like hearing this it was like life changing. And so like for me, I would say in hip hop, like if I was to give you the list of my favorite hip hop album, or I think is the best hip hop albums, this always has to be at least near number one. This is from Black on Both Sides, which I will honestly say this album made me proud to be black. Like literally listening to this, it was like, and I don't think at that time in my life I ever thought about individually being black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I knew it, things happen. I have a black family, but this, almost put it in perspective or a sense of pride or like, damn, I'm black. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just knowing it. So this song is called Umi Says, and it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
I wanna tell you how I feel right now. I don't wanna take no time to write this down. I wanna tell you how I feel right now. Hey, tomorrow may never come. For you or me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never show up. For you and me, this life is not promised. promise. I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. Put my heart and soul to the song. Yes, yes. I hope you feel me. From where I am to wherever you are. I'm in Action City. Tomorrow may never come. For you and me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment very close to you right now. Very close to you right now. So close to you right now. So close to you. Don't be afraid to let it shine. My woman said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. Sometimes I get discouraged. I look around and things are so weak. People are so weak. Time I feel like crying. Sometimes my heart gets heavy. Sometimes I just wanna leave it, fly away. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Passion takes over me. Feel like a man, going insane. Lose my brain, trying to maintain things. Hey, hey, hey. Put my heart and soul into the show. I hope you feel me where I am, so where you are. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. Sometimes I just want a quiet life. Me and my baby, me and my lady. Sometimes I don't want to get me snowball. Sometimes I don't want to be a soldier. Sometimes I just want to be a man. Homie says, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby says, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My dreamer says, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My elder says, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. I want black people to be free, to be free, to be free. For my people to be free, to be free, to be free. For black people to be free, to be free, to be free. For black people to be free. That's all that we need. 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 Like we need, like let's go get back. Said it won't go one night, one man, one voice, one mic, like unite. Come on, do it right, like unite. Come on, do it right, like unite. Come on and get down, get half off. No peace and understanding. One God, one voice, one life, one man, one shine my light, like unite. Come on, do it right, like unite. Come on, do it right, like unite. I like every black people, black people, black people, black people.
Yeah, and I just like again, this was the same time where like Jay-Z is big, and again, this is not a knock on Jay-Z. I can't remember which album was out, and so all these things are happening, and like all these other things are happening. This came out, and it was like, whoa, right? Like they're like other people listen to it. This wasn't something you had to search for, like underground music, right? Like this kind of. What are you going to say? Conscious hip hop, which I hate putting that label on it, right? Because it's all just hip hop. Yeah. I feel like we have to do that because I feel you have to break it down in those different stages, kind of like because of the connotation that comes with the genre itself. So you have to be like, well, we're not them, we're the good ones, which is itself is something like, imagine if rock felt it had to do that. It's just like, no, this is what we are. As opposed to like, we're not them, right?
Yeah. Well, I think there's an idea in popular music of all kinds where it's like you have like the party music, right?
Uh-huh.
You have like party rock, you have party hip hop, you have party country music, you have party music of like a lot of types, but then you also have in all these genres people that are creating music not specifically for the radio, not to get a radio hit, but to send a particular message. And pain and suffering is something that artists can use to create a really powerful messages in music. And I think this is a really good example of that. I was about to offer you, well, I'm still going to offer you.
Absolutely.
Have you heard of No Name?
Sounds familiar.
No Name is like happening right now.
Right.
She's very, very, very anti-establishment.
So then I don't know, because the No Name I was thinking of was male, I believe. So this is a new person.
No, she's she very much goes against the grain. She's expressly anti-capitalist, and it's all of her music centers around I guess from my view, liberation, and the way in the ways that people like use like popular music to continue using music in a way that promotes things that are actually less desirable than we would actually think of. And so the song that I'm going to play you, well, I mean, I'm going to say that you should definitely check out her album Sundial, because that's her newest album.
What's your name again?
No Name.
No Name.
No Name. And so the song that I'm actually going to play is the one that I absolutely love. But yeah, you should listen to Sundial. It's really good. But also her debut Telephone is really good as well. But the song that I'm going to play is called Rainforest. This is by No Name.
How you get closer to love? How you eliminate all your sadness when you're opening up? How you make excuses for billionaires you broken up with? Some niggas around me rolling up and smoking me up because my rainforest cries. Everybody does a little, and I just wanna dance tonight. Yeah, he my little baby Medusa, tipping the juice up. I go back and forth in a Uber, travel for 2 months. I'm the emptiest hallelujah. Open my chest up, it's a rabbit inside my head. Angel all dressed up, looking to bless up at the milk and the honey case. I make money for money's sake. I've been writing 100 days to the wretched off the earth and called it baby for 9. I know my shoulder blades are shattered wings to carry me home. I said, baby, come on. You know this flesh is only temporary, brittle as bone. Why don't you empty out your love for me, then chisel the stone? These are 10 black commandments, a property loan. Cause every blade of grass on earth we don't actually own. I am the I am, says Sam, am I? The universe bleeds infinity, you got one life. Yeah, how you get closer to love? How you eliminate all your sadness when you opening up? How you make excuses for billionaires you broken up with? Sunny niggas around me rolling up and smoking me up. Because we're rainforest cries. Everybody does it, and I just wanna dance tonight. If you think you love me, then bury me when the sun up. Faded with the homie, pulling another blunt up. Talking to Muhammad like niggas don't really trust us. Dying on stolen land for $1 like that ain't fucked up. It's fuck they money. I'ma say it every song until the revolution coming, all the feds start running. Fuck a Goodwill Hunting, this is brand new murder. Revolutionary suicide, the clothes occur, and you ain't seen death. I can hear the blood on the moon. These niggas put a flag up on it, all they do is consume. Only animal to ravage everything in its path. They turned a natural resource into a bundle of cash. Made the world anti-black, then divided the class. Now rich niggas is rich niggas with showbread, really bitch niggas with big figures. Some cokeheads, these bitches is cokeheads. Man, fuck a billionaire. How you get close to love? How you eliminate all your sadness when you open it up? How you make excuses for billionaires you broken up with? Sunny niggas around me rolling up and smoking me up. Because we're in boys class. Everybody does it, everybody does it. But I just wanna dance tonight. I just wanna dance tonight.
That's dangerous because the person I'm going to play next, I'm saying that, like, one, I put her, first of all, I'm floored, obviously. But the next person I'm going to talk about is what I believe is not just the best female rapper in rap, the best rapper, period. I put it up there with Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Obviously, those bars I'm saying, what I just heard from No Name, I'm saying is up there too, obviously.
Yeah.
And like, I just thought, I didn't think there would be even a fucking challenger to the fucking throne.
Wow.
I did not think I was going to expect, because, like, damn.
Yeah.
Good. I'll just let speak to
No Name is powerful, but I've never heard of Rhapsody.
This is Ooh Wee, and this is one of the more popular ones.
Maybe I have.
Yep.
Why don't you just play it and I'll let you know?
Yes, Lord. I bet you feel so high, got your head in the cloud, but you still come around like, I see what you started, I know what you promised, you're on and you're popping like, soon as you put your feet to the ground, I lace you with a packet, I allow some of that, was the same back then as you are now, let's hope you stick around, come on. Yeah, I see you shining, nigga, go and get yours, yeah. Say when you come around, don't forget about it. Yeah, it's your world. I see you shining, nigga. Go get it. Make sure you see me when you touch down. I'm still fresh out the bed in my slippers. All my niggas is niggas. Brush my teeth while I figure how to get up on these riches. Cause the actor is rented, and I need something more tenant. Hop in the whip and we been it. I caught it with Betty White. Oh, white thing. Like money they counting, I see it. Broke as fuck, but we dreaming. Out the window, I'm leaning. Get out my lane, and when I get it, ain't gon' change, my nigga. I'ma still be the same regular ass nigga talking that. I bet you feel so high, got your head in the cloud, but you still come around like, I see what you started, I know what you promised, you're on and you're popping like, soon as you put your feet to the ground, I lace you with a packet, I allow some of that. It's the same back then as you are now. Let's hope you stick around. Come on. I'm a window for homies. I know all of them watch. Time and time again, reminiscing, remembering blocks. I used to walk around on them. It's been a while, now we back. Gotta speak on it. Used to throw all my dreams in the air. My mind a hula hoop going around, but got nothing to spare. Nothing to waste. Head in the clouds like I was high on that grape. I'ma pull up in something ignorant. I promise, just watch. Enough to make mama worry about them profiling cops. But I can't change. I was raised by the old ones. And when they see me, they be like, what you know, huh? Don't forget all your family, where you came from. Money change, your spirit shouldn't change none. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. All my homies, they do. Malcolm man and Kami, I'm humble as Gandhi, though. Straight out my mama, came out of the straight out of Compton flow. I'm an animal on it with Anderson. I love you, Bo. We on that. Go on, shoot your shot. Show them you can box. We won't ever stop. That's a puff for you. One up to the block, headed to the top. Got the thing slapping in the car like, who that coming around the way? Come around the way. Damn, you fine as hell. Come around this way. Roll the window down. Yeah, I like a brown. Really light a brown. Where we going now? Up the way where the boys at. Don't wear your good clothes, cause the homies that smoke that. And my homies don't know that. My head's in the clouds, but my feet in the ground. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm good with all the fam. If they better get me, tell them, put the money in my hand already. Banging on the cans, break it down. Everybody, what they saying now? I play you out of your run,
team. While we eating on wonton, sweeting like Miyagi. I shine like the sun, so he's monster. I told him I'm a monster like Luke Cage. Take a shot and watch me walk away with just juice stains. Used to tell me you just wasting your time with them, but still I come around just to show them this confidence. Like, I bet you feel so high, got your head in the cloud, but you still come around like, I see what you started, I know what you promised, you own and you're popping like, soon as you put your feet to the ground, I lace you with a packet and allow some of that. Was the same back then as you are now. Let's hope you stick around. Come on.
So Rhapsody is new then.
Not super new.
I mean, like Anderson .Paak is a feature, so like within the past 10 years.
Yes. That is true.
That was really cool. That was awesome. I love that. It was really it packed a lot of soul, and I love that.
Right, and so and for me, it was big about both these artists is like getting at a notion, like especially in hip hop, it's like they're good for a female rapper, right? Or like they have to look a certain way. Cardi B, like, I'm not even shaming Cardi B in her music or whatever, but I'm like, dude, just bars. I don't care what they look like. Just fucking rapping. That's not good for a female. That's like, bruh, like you were saying your friend around the way raps this good. Where are they?
Yeah.
That's, this person's spazzed.
Speaking of rapping and speaking of spirals, I'm going to wrap this back into King Gizzard and the Lizard.
There we go!
Because they also experiment with rap music too.
Wow! That is not where I thought this. Wow!
I want to preface this because like what we heard right now was just like a journey of like suffering. Yes. It's like so many things, and to like follow what I'm about to follow this up with what we just heard, I need to just let you know that like this is going to sound very, very different.
Yeah,
almost. Well, I'll leave that part out for right now, but I'll bring that back. But like, I just want to say like what we heard right now was like literally amazing, and so I'm gonna switch it up. It's a little bit of a gear shift, but still
all about that
tangential.
Ooh,
to what we were on.
We're really smart people with smart people who do smart things.
This is called The Grim Reaper by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Whoa.
I'm a Grim Reaper, chimney sweeper, gatekeeper. Manifest an energy to pain and I'm a weaker. Got you in my point blank range, it's a day game. I'm coming at you like a hurricane. You're a savage, you're scratching around for scraps, sipping on cactus, lot of matches. I'm very hatches, waiting for the old day to be handed down. I'm a club, never been the muscle, never been the fuck. If it's half a distance in the distance from the house, sipping out stitches of the stitches. Then there's gotta be more than just a single discussion. All the words causing a corruption. Are you having an extension crisis? Time is crisis, and advisors analyze it. Break it down into small increments to repent. On the wrist, the Grim Reaper catches the check. Got a flesh on the wrist, the Grim Reaper catches the check. in the silhouette of many wicked men. Feel us fucking in, thinking that I'm most powerful than ever been. Everything to comprehend the arrogance, put them in a time of crazy. Protect the torch and direction is with flash in the fortress between your legs. Body bags hanging on the hips, horse with a bag, it's a thing called back. Flesh on the wrist, the Grim Reaper cashes the check. Got flesh on the wrist, the Grim Reaper came to collect his debt.
Also, next time it's live. Yeah, below people.
Got flesh on the wrist, the Grim Reaper cashes the check. Got flesh on the wrist, the Grim Reaper cashes the check.
Oh, can we just let it roll?
You can absolutely do that.
I love it. This is a song that I was going to play anyway. I love this song. Yeah, so good.
So presumptuous, with tongue in cheek. So presumptuous.
What's the name of the song?
Presumptuous. Like King Gizzard, the Wizard.
So
man, that's thanks for listening. I love you.
So presumptuous, don't agree with your negativity. Eggshell in my stepping stones, kindred spirits at the crossroads. The world we build is on a tilt, bottle up inside and filled with guilt. Maybe you got a god complex, missing in action, didn't even notice. Sounds like negligence, featherless, shaking in defense. So presumptuous, with tongue in cheek. So presumptuous, build on me. Sitting up like no revelation, losing momentum. Blase, naive, sheepishly brazen, you're doing the bare minimum. So presumptuous, with tongue in cheek. So presumptuous, build on me. So presumptuous, falling at your feet. So presumptuous, let it go unwillingly.
want to make sure we don't gloss over the hip hop though, because to me that's really important to me to be like. I think it's the same thing as realizing it doesn't have to come from the same source. It's almost like it's the saying that Batman said to Superman when on his death in the animated series when he's like, "You taught me that like justice doesn't have to come from the darkness." And like so, hip hop to me is like from who you are. I feel like it translates, and the reason why I think that's usually there's that sect of hip hop that I feel like it's so broad to where like I know people are like there's like. Punk rock, there's pop rock, there's yacht rock, there's blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And there are all these divisions. And I feel like maybe rap needs to do that to be more defined because like even when it comes to an award show, having this different type of music, like you're literally competing with the most popular music that people listen to and these other things, and they don't have their lane because there's no other place to fit where you don't have to like compete with Arrowhead because there's just whatever subsect you can fit into and be like, what's the best blues funk rock album of the year? We're a blues funk rock band, right? Like you can do all those things, and I feel like that's what's really great about that. And have you ever heard of Dr. Octagon?
Dr. Octagon?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He goes by many names, and he's most known for the fact that he was really big on making the Deltron sound.
Deltron, the funky homo shaper?
Yep. So
okay.
So you'll have him there, like, and so I'm going to introduce you to Blue Flowers now. He's frustrating in some ways where like he'll make some of the hardest beats ever, and I kind of want someone real to rap over it, but he's all over the place, nonsensical, and it just doesn't give a fuck. And like it's beautiful in its own madness, but behind it is still like a fucking genius of a beat maker.
Yeah.
Dr. Octagon, paramedic fetus of the east with priest from the church of the operating room with the strikes of force, scalpel since the Holocaust. I do indeed and greed, explore, meet the patients, back to rooms with the nurse with the voodoo curse. Holding the office lights, standing at huge heights, back and forth, left wing, swing to north, east and south with blood pouring down your mouth. I come prepared with the white suit and stethoscope, listen to your heartbeat, delete, beat, beat, beat. Your insurance is high, but my price is cheap. Blue flowers, growing by the purple pond. Blue flowers, growing by the purple pond. Blue flowers, growing by the pond. Look, it's raining yellow. Would you care to listen to any more? Thank you. Holding bags on down right from the hospital. If the patient is worth to keep the germs off the turf. Cybernetic microscopes and metal antidotes. Two telescopes that magnifies eyes of a roach. Decomputers a cup of coffee planet with my hand and astral planet detached. Turn on rare foggers. Cut the light on the kid and turn it right on. Supersonic waves combined and burn his brain waves. I see the mascot of evil. He's not Knievel. Shakespeare's gone. Don't even think about it. Yes. As I go into the park, I see blue flowers, it's raining green. By the pond, blue flowers, it's totally raining green. Boy, blue flowers, I smell the bees and the birds. Blue flowers, different aspects of life. Blue flowers.
Right at the 2-hour mark.
That was really good.
Right? Like, again, it's like, if someone was like, what's the song Blue Flowers about? And I would literally be like, Blue Flowers. But not really.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean by that? Like, listen to the song. It seems one of those things where, like, it has, and like, it can be as niche as possible. But, like, to me, technically, that's one just such a dope-ass song. Beats, the aura, everything. And the fact that he's nonsensical, like, even in my head, if I'm like, oh, what actually, like, talented, skilled rapper could you put on this song? I was like, I don't really want to hear him on that, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is, like, it was meant to be nonsense in that way. And, like, but then if you go through it, there are some parts that are so hard that you're like, I really do wish anybody would just hop on that bitch and just, like, rip that beat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really, really good. I liked what you played me. I think, let's see. I think I'll go one more song and then another song, and then I'm gonna peace out.
That sounds perfect.
So I'll start off with another hip hop song, and then I'll bring back the King Gizzard. Just
that sounds perfect.
And so I was trying to figure out what I was going to play, but I think I'm gonna play something by Denzel Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Curry is like this album. I'm trying to remember what the album is called as I type it up. And so the album is called Melt My Eyes.
Ooh.
And I'm just going to play a song that I think is really great. It is called Melt Session Number 1, featuring Robert Glasper.
Ooh. Robert Glasper.
Take a ride on my train of thought. Fundamentals, what I bought, penny less. I await the emptiness and lighten. 26 years on earth, my soul fighting. Habits that inhabit my body has took a liking to my lifestyle. Battling stress the size of Goliath. Slingshots plus hard rocks, these stones getting thrown. My temptations are amplified when I get alone. Trying to separate the action from the man. I wholeheartedly understand why I need to grow, even though I'm grown. If I did you wrong, I vow to make it right. Judge me off appearance, it was said to me I'm impolite. I remain in freeze mode, don't suck in fight or flight. I'm deflecting my daily problems within my daily life. Recognizing patterns of my own demise. Why I feel like hiding the truth is finding a lie. Dealt with thoughts of suicide, women I've objectified. Couldn't see it through my eyes, so for that I apologize. I'm desensitized, working hard to empathize. Drunk out on love addiction and groupies when souls collide. I've been this way since the day I turned 6. I've been touched before, way before I touched my. Now I'm almighty, pushing through the pain. The almighty pushes to the flame. The burst of burning bushes in my brain. I had to make an effort, double overtime to change. Had to journal my journey and mistakes I made on the way. Manipulation to get what I want. Getting very distant after I got what I need. Writing, rapping, wisdom, whiskey, women, wars, and weed. Narrating all these conflicts and top it off with greed. I keep walking, I keep walking, I keep walking. Me and my so-called best friends don't speak often. Blaming me for everything when they can point fingers at themselves. So be grateful I offered the help. Been aware is my definition of melt. My eyes see imperfections within myself. Cracked images, bad luck, and broken mirrors. Funny how I see impermanence so clearer. I dedicate this to the ones I hurt. It's time to get my spirit right on earth before my sins become an evil curse. Coca thirst can't revert to who I was at first. I channel God do this first. Accountability, I take responsibility for all my actions. I pack them in these soliloquies. Just because we're not friends don't mean we're enemies. Thank you all for listening. Sending y'all with your energy. No.
Yeah, and so Denzel Curry's pretty cool. In fact, I don't even think I've like explored like all of the ways Denzel Curry has Denzel Curried, but in this specific instance, number one, I love the music and I love the lyrics to it. He talks a lot about like how like he used to like objectify women and like how like. You know, he's like learning to be more empathetic and stuff like that. So like, I think that's like a really cool way for him to like process his own thoughts into song. And so that just mixed with like a really smooth
and I feel like if this was mixed in whatever like top 20, top 10 song was playing, I felt like the kids listen to a balance of those things. It's almost like greens. Like, let's call that the protein. Like the top 5, whatever, the top 10 or whatever you're talking about. But they have the greens, the actual, the life substance, and they mix that in. I feel like it would just be better for them. Because, like, one, I find that music catchy too, so I'll listen to it. I don't necessarily find it on the radio. I'll find it some other way and just find out, oh, this is actually a hit song. Like, oh, shit, I didn't know, right? But I feel like it's people that are just only getting that part is like watching a kid that's like, I only eat steak. No, steak is fucking delicious. But do you know what's going to happen to you if you only eat steak? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure. So.
Kind of want steak now.
Yeah, I have been eating a lot of garbage the past 2 days, so hopefully I'll get some greens in me very, very soon. So this last song I'm going to play, and did you listen to Fishing for Fishies at all, or any of the things that I sent you specifically?
I think I don't know if I had sat with any of the music. I like tried to get a fix on what was happening from all of them, but I don't think that I literally specific. So I couldn't tell you like, oh yeah, that's the track off that album, right?
So right now,
however, we're definitely going to do a deep dive.
So right now, this song is hitting for me, and the song that I'm about to play for you is called "This Thing," and I haven't really listened to the lyrics at all, but like I love the sound of, number one, this whole album. Number two, this song specifically. I know this song is like happy music for like ecological claps and stuff like that. But like, it's really interesting to hear like what they're actually talking about put to like happy music.
Wow.
So that's a really interesting juxtaposition. And they'll do the same thing in the next couple of albums with Infest the Rat's Nest. But like, it's metal. It's like heavy. And so, and so I will let this speak for itself. Yeah, I'll let this speak for itself. This is called "This Thing" by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
All right. So I will wrap my part up here and say, before we get your last thoughts on it, first of all, it was awesome to have you here. Thank you for being on the podcast. This was wonderful.
Thanks.
And I'll say this, easily this band, in my mind, has so many things in it that I truly love about music, and I can get it from so many different angles.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can just choose which avenue I want to get to the almost the same place of like satisfaction. This is what you want from anything. Is you want satisfaction, whether it's food, whether it's sex, whether it's jogging. Some people run up mountains to feel good. Like it's a satisfaction. And I feel like what's great about this band is like let's say lyrics aside, maybe you just need harsh, you into gore rap, or like you want harsh, like put that aside. It'd be hard pressed to find someone that couldn't listen to what I've heard at least and not find something they don't enjoy about this band. And I know there's several bands that I can think of that like, I don't really enjoy this shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is not me at all, or whatever. But I feel like I would love to hear the scrutiny against this band. It would be like even if they specifically didn't like something, and be like, but they also can do like the complete left, or they can go more right if you wanted to do. So what's the thing?
Yeah, I think the scrutiny is that they never play for long enough. Like,
yeah,
it's like 3 hours, go for 2 more. Like, what are you
lazy?
And
you still have arms.
I think they literally when they're playing live, they literally go on yerba mate. Like they talk about it. They're like, yeah, we're all like we are caffeinated. Like you have to be. Like
yeah.
And I don't know how long that they could keep doing 3-hour marathon show, their own little festival thing. I just don't know how long they keep going for it right now. But I'm
here for the
Lance, when they come to California, well, I'm going to go and see them in Austin next year. Next November, I'm already seeing them.
Amazing.
You're more than welcome to come to Austin.
I feel that that's not a joke. I feel like the finances are secure at the moment. Who knows what the future looks like? That sounds like something I would love to fucking do. I've also wanted to be in Austin and visit that.
You know, but if they play local in California, I know it's not going to be next year. But like, if you're around and if we're like around and they're in California and they're playing pretty locally, please come.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, the last thing that I will say about this music is that all of this music that you've just heard, in a weird different ways, ties together to create a long form story in this in a weird way, and you can find all of this on Reddit. Like it's the Gizverse. The Gizverse. And so like
I'm entering
all of these different songs and different things. Like people are like piecing it together. Like, oh, does this song go here and this song goes here? But the people in the band are like give like hints to like it. But they never like they don't give it away.
Yeah.
And so like you get to guess like what piece goes where, and it's fascinating. It's spirals, man. It's everywhere.
Yeah. All right. So once again, Cool and Lance Show. Thanks for listening. I love you.